so here we are with International Tennis Pro on the PlayStation 2. Came out in 2006. This Midas Interactive and the British developer Aqua Pacific, who strangely don't list this on their website. I wonder why. Basic tennis game this, and well, it's got limited options. Player editor, which is pretty nifty. Unfortunately, extremely limited. Options, yeah, not many of them. You'd think you could change sort of like button configuration or stuff, but no, all you get to do is move the screen, the horizontal hold as it were, which is a bit odd. More in the sound options. So that kind of sets the standard of how limited this is. You've got a tour mode, which is where you have to make a round, and a quick match, of course, which goes straight into a random tennis game. And you've got the standard men's, women's, doubles, and blah 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 blah, and all that, which is good. You would expect that from a tennis game from the mid 2000s. It's nothing that Super Tennis didn't have. 12 or so years before this. And difficulty level, go for normal, medium. And you've got a very limited selection of characters to choose from. Again, but it just shows no attributes. You don't know the strengths and weaknesses of these characters. They're just faces, and you don't even know their names at this point. It does say your names in the game, but they're just faces. And select the computer character as well. So it's a stripped down tennis sim. This. It's got lots of things that seem to be missing or in the wrong place, misplaced. You do have a nice selection of courts. Hard courts, couple of clay courts, and lawn, of course. I'm not sure about lawn courts in Sydney. Tennis fans, correct me. I might be wrong about that, but I'm not sure. There's not many lawn courts in Australia. What shall we do here? Shall we go for a hard court? Dubai? No, Rio. Shall we go Rio? Yes, let's go to Rio. So. And you've got a choice to change the camera angle, of course. I think that's pretty good. You can change the camera angle, and it's damn good you can, because that camera angle is absolutely awful. This is the best camera angle. That is terrible as well. It's too far away. The wide camera angle is too far away from the players. It's difficult to spot the ball. And as for the close, sort of low-down camera angle, well, it renders it almost unplayable like that. You just can't see a thing. So, what can I say about this? Oh, it's very frustrating game. It's, as you can see, it's slow. It just doesn't have that kind of impetus tennis should have. Tennis is a fast game, an impact game. It doesn't put that across at all. It's very sluggish.
Ooh, what a blistering shot!
And slow. The animation's nice. The scaling's not bad. Animation on your character is pretty good. Oh bloody hell! I thought I'd got him. No, shit it. But these are just faceless. But we don't even know the strengths and weaknesses of these people. There's no stats as well. It doesn't show any stats, which is really pretty bad. It just shows you the score at the end. But the worst thing about this is the control system. It's just so sluggish, weird. It's not the right kind of control system that you need for a tennis game. You need quick responses for a tennis game. When you press the button, you want something to happen instantly, and it doesn't happen in this game. It's all about, you've got to time your hit, but you can't time it by pressing the button when you think that the ball would be on you. You sort of like, it's more like anticipation, or should I say luck. You move and swing your bat, swing your racket, and hope that you've got the. After a while, you get it. I mean, see, I got it wrong or wrong there. I mean, I wanted to hit that on the run. You can't hit balls on the run. That is shit. I hate that. For a game that was released in the mid 2000s and you can't hit a tennis ball on the run, I think is actually pretty poor. I mean, I did an NRG on an 8-bit tennis game. Yeah, you can't hit balls on the run, but this is an 8-bit tennis game we're talking about. You can even, in that game, at least it responds to your button presses. This doesn't. I've pressed the button sort of like, you know, a second or half a second before he actually hits anything. And there doesn't seem to be a great deal of difference between the shots as well. You can notice the lob, but you press a slice button and it doesn't seem to do anything different. Oh, it's a good winner though, that was. It was a nice winner. Standard forehand and backhand. Again, same as the top spin shot. I don't get the difference. There's no difference, significant difference between the shots. You play other tennis games, Super Tennis for instance, that has the same sort of options and shot selection, and they are significantly different shots, and these are not. And it's just very slow. Oh, look, a bit funny, jerky going on there. I mean, I didn't press the button at that point, but he still manages to hit the ball. There are certain points you'll be over the other side of the court, nowhere near the ball. Oh, what have I done there? I mean, I didn't do that. I did not run in that direction. I went to hit the ball for the opposite side of the court, and instead he runs to the other side of the court. That is the problem with this game. It takes a massive while to get used to these controls, and even when you do, it's not comfortable. It's not comfortable. And the other thing that really annoys me about this is it's so tricky to get an accurate position on your ball. You want to aim in a certain direction, and you'll just generally like that and that just knock it over into the court nice and safe. Oh, missed that.
Wonderful, that was
for your computer opponent to hit back at you. It works the same as 2-player as well. I mean, 2-player is actually worse because the second player is actually at the other end of the court, and it's nearly impossible to play the game when you're at that side of the court. Look how small that character is at the other end of the court. It's a wrong camera angle. Even though this is the best camera angle, it's still the wrong camera angle because everything's very unsighted too quickly, even though it's running so slow, which is kind of a contradiction. That's probably the most accurate thing you can do is the serve there. There's a nice little power bar that appears. I like that. That's a nice touch. But again, if you press in a certain direction too much, you're just always going to hit it out. You can't accurately position your serve, much like any of your shots. I haven't worked out how to do a short lob or a short volley.
Terrific! What a strong serve.
A drop shot? No chance. Haven't worked out how to do that yet. It's a massive learning curve, and it's not approachable for a lot of tennis game fans. It's not a good job. It's not a good effort. And then you chuck into that, it's rather basic graphics. I mean, they're not bad. The animation's pretty nice. There's some nice shadow in there, and some shading. The crowd is just stagnant. I mean, they move a little bit at the end, but this is a game on the PlayStation 2, and you expect more. It's disappointing. I mean, it's got really bad responses. It just doesn't do what you want it to do when you want it to do. There's so much of a delay on everything. I mean, there you go. Look, I think I pressed that button like when the ball's over the net, and he still manages to hit it. Midas don't all power serve. It doesn't nothing though. Very rarely get any kind of ace out of this unless you manage to position it. But it's so touch and go whether you can actually position it at, say, a wide serve or a narrow serve, short serve. It's very tricky to get that right. It depends on how long you press the D-pad, but a lot of the time you fault it. You'll hit it out like that.
Oh no, just too long.
I said it. I did it, and then so there's no selection of change of ball colour. There's nothing going on with ball boys, umpires, line judges. They don't move. They're completely static. That annoys me. Shouldn't be for a game made when it was. Super Tennis had everything of what I've just said that it should have, and it does. And that was a 16-bit game made in 1992, and 1991 even. So, not a great game, and I think we'll leave it there. So that's International Tennis Pro on the PlayStation 2. Novabug out.